Fly Guy in the building. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to another Chronicles of Fly Guy, episode 24. Can a woman make a man marry her?
Or vice versa.
Or vice versa. I'm Fly Guy, and this is Pepper Potts. Y'all remember her from last time? We've been gone for a little while. We got lives, got things to do. So we're back for episode 24. So what do you think, Pepper Potts? Do you think a woman can make a man marry her?
I think that we'd have to definitely look at that both ways, because I feel like I've been in the situation where I was having a partner, do his best to make sure that I wasn't going anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
But when I say that, I mean in like nefarious ways, trying to make somebody stay, I feel like that, I guess it's a really hard subject to say. Only because I recently watched a documentary about like child brides, and so we didn't, I guess, get into specifics like that. But if you want to exclude that, and with it being between, two adults, I don't think that that's a possibility. I think that everybody's got free will. So, I think that there's definitely some things that people can do to be better convincing at making that partner stay. Ideally, it would be, positive things like, being a good, caring, faithful partner. But, some people do some other things like, maybe not taking their birth control or not wearing a condom for the men, because like that's
okay, so
too much.
So first of all, we need to define what is marriage. What is a marriage? What is the legal binding definition of marriage? I got it right here. It's like, okay, the definition of marriage: the legally or formally recognized union of two people as partners in a personal relationship. Historically, in some jurisdictions, specifically a union between a man and a woman. Now, recently, with this generation we have going on now and all the laws and LGBTQ, I'm going to go ahead and just put that out there because I don't want anybody to think that I'm against whatever. So we have same-sex marriages.
Yeah, no, that's actually a very valid point, It's something that I can't speak from experience on.
Nor can I.
Being, I guess, looking to make a same-sex partner stay, because the ways of doing that, I guess, might be different, Well,
what I have to say about it is, as far as same-sex partners goes, it's across the board. Since we went ahead and made it legal, pretty much everywhere, it's across the board. So if you're married to a same-sex partner, or it's the historically man and woman, you're married. Now,
well, okay, just as a footnote, I've always defined, I guess, a couple as like married, and I think maybe it's because of us being in like a common law marriage state. If she washes your drawers, or he's like the only one financially supporting you, like, and you're not, out there working, or vice versa, then I would consider that married. Like, if a couple came in and like he's the breadwinner and she washes his drawers, and they've been together for like a year and they got a kid together, they're married. Even if they don't have the paper, they're all doing the duties
okay, that's called having wife or husband privileges. That's a whole nother thing. We'll talk about that in a second. But we can have a whole show on that one.
That'll be the next one.
That'd probably be the next one. So y'all look out for that one. That's actually a very good valid point, but we're not on that yet. So
what
more
really defines a marriage.
What really defines a marriage? Like, is it a sheet of paper, or is it the two people? And as far as partners go, now what I have to say about it is, can a woman make a man marry her? Yes and no. Yes and no. That's my Fly Guy answer is going to be yes and no, because I have to be difficult, and obviously I know how I am about this. I'm very strategical and analytical when I say things. So why do I say yes? Because at some point, there's some men out there. I'm not one of them. There are some men out there that can't take care of themselves. They can't wash their clothes. All they do is work. Right? Some. Yes?
I don't like to use the word can't. It's
they elect not to do these things. They do it the old school way. I can wash my own clothes. I wash my own dishes. I live by myself. I take care of myself. I look at a marriage as a partnership. If I'm working and cleaning the house and she's working and cleaning the house, then we come together and work together and clean the house, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's one person's job or the other. And personally, as far as that's concerned, it really shouldn't have a gender role. I don't think you have to wash the dishes. I don't think I have to wash. Somebody got to wash the dishes. It don't matter who it is. Somebody's got to do it though. That to me is a marriage. So when I say can a woman make a man marry her, on that point, yes. But a man's only going to do what he wants to do, not what he's told to do or has to do. If he's told he has to marry her, he ain't going to do it.
That's not true.
It is true.
Absolutely not.
It is absolutely true.
Absolutely not.
It is absolutely true. If he's told he has to marry, hold on.
My first, my only marriage that I was a part of. I say first because I'm hopeful that in the future there will be a second.
So he was told he had to marry you?
Yes.
And he did?
Yeah.
Okay, why was he told that though? You told him that?
No, his mother told him that.
Okay, but his mom... Go ahead.
So
I was going to say that.
We found out that we were expecting.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got some, I was asking, opinions from, family members, like, what do you think we should do? Like, should we, wait till after the baby's born and get married? Should we just, not really even worry about getting married? Because we'd only been dating for, 3 months. And, I was just gauging everybody's opinions who were older than me, who had more experience, especially in that serious subject. And so I had come to the conclusion, I'm like, it's cool. I'll wait. We'll just kind of be in a relationship. We'll be boyfriend and girlfriend, and we'll have this baby. And, when we're ready to make that jump, we'll make that jump. That was my first decision, but his mom was like, no.
It's not his mom's decision, though.
Yeah, well.
See, that's when you look at that's old school and new school. Old school and our generations kind of clash.
I think it was
it's a cultural thing. Yeah, you can't have a kid out of wedlock. You shouldn't do that. Right?
I was born out of wedlock.
Yeah.
So
well, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't necessarily born out of wedlock, but I've seen multiple marriages or people that aren't married, they have multiple children together and they're still together and they just don't get married. They're like,
I don't consider that out of wedlock. I call that common law married for sure. I mean, this goes back to if she's washing his drawers and he's washing her drawers and they're performing those domestic duties and paying bills together.
That's wife and husband privileges. That's a whole nother subject, Jennifer. You keep going to that. We're not on that yet. We're gonna get there, but not this show.
So then what you're asking is can someone convince their partner to spouse them up on paper, not stick with you long term as a partner?
Now, there's a difference, and I got a couple things here. So, everybody says happy wife, happy life, right?
I actually say happy house, happy spouse, happy house.
I think it should be the same thing. Happy house, happy spouse, or happy spouse, happy house, whatever. Because if I'm not happy, but the wife is happy, how you expect the household to just be happy? So I know fellas, y'all say out there, and it's mostly men that say this, happy wife, happy life. No. If you're not happy, then you need to let that be known. I'm not happy. So can she make you marry her? Well, again, it's what do you want to do? Now, as far as your husband was concerned, this is a cultural thing too. And a lot of cultures are like, no, you cannot be born out of wedlock. That is not good. That's not, you're going to hell. well,
Well, they didn't
maybe
get
not
that specific, but
maybe that's specific, but you better marry that girl.
Yeah.
You better marry that girl because you're going to go to hell. Yada 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 yada. So it's kind of like arranged marriages that we see from years ago. They're already predetermined. You're going to marry this person. But how do you know if you're going to even be attracted to that person when you finally get to that age to be married? We don't know. So, again,
it's hard to say because it's not something that I've been part of, or it's not my.
Nor
culture,
have I.
So I can't speak on it.
It's just my opinion on what I see. Never done it. I don't think I could marry somebody I don't know, never seen them, and they just I
legit started watching this program that's on Netflix called Love Is Blind, and it's a show where you can talk to each other, but there's a screen in between the whole time, so you don't get to see her.
You never see the person.
Yeah, and is like 16, guys and 16 girls, and they go on these dates, and after like 4 weeks, they pick somebody, and that's who they're gonna marry. Sight unseen. It's crazy.
Yeah, no,
it's
not FlyGuy. It ain't happening. I need to be able to see who you are, because
some of those people were kind of being jerks too.
I mean,
they're like
eye contact.
Well, no, not even. I'm just not even saying that. Like one of the guys was like, "Oh, I like to go to concerts, right?" And so that's a normal thing to say. And she's like, "Oh yeah, me too." And he's like, would you let me carry you on my shoulders at the concert?" And she was like, "Yeah, that's cool." And he's like, "Would I be able to lift you up?" As a way of trying to
see how much she weighs.
I was like, wow, that dude went into it really far.
But people get creative.
Yeah, he had to make a story.
They can't see. They can't see you. They can't see you. So he's not gonna say, "Hey, so how much you weigh?" He's gonna. Yeah, I mean, it was just being kind of. That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I was like, well, I'm just like, why didn't you just come out and say, why you got to make up a story like that?
I mean, because he can't see her. So exactly, that's exactly the thing. Can a woman make a man marry her with just how she talks? He don't see her. He don't hear her, because you've got a bad point. You don't see her. All you do is hear her. You don't know nothing what she looks like. Can her personality and what she's doing. Let the looks leave the looks alone. Can she make that man want to marry her? A lot of people say.
You're saying want, or are you talking about
basically like want, as in can she entice him enough? Not make him, but like can a woman make a man marry her?
I was like,
can she entice him enough? Can she entice him enough with her voice and her words and what she's saying? Because she ain't really doing nothing. She's saying things, right? Because they can say there's a screen right there, right? They can't see each other at all.
Yeah.
Are they going on like blind dates the whole time, but they still can't see each other?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like
they go in these blocked off rooms,
and they talk to each other all the time. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's kind of like Facebook dating. I don't do it, but
he busted himself.
No.
No,
I'm telling like catfish. You know how I say catfish? How like he's all of a sudden this dude's in love with her. He only talked to her like for 4 weeks.
So
through text and everything.
My last relationship formed off of Facebook dating, but the thing was, it was a couple years ago. So
you busted yourself.
No, it was like a couple years ago. But like, so I'm just not sure if it's changed at all, because everything's always changing. So maybe they changed the way you do things on Facebook dating. I have no clue.
I mean, apparently there's like it's kind of like
it looks kind of like Tinder,
it's like Tinder and all these other little dating apps out there. I'm like, well, damn, like is it getting that bad?
But I feel like I could see. Oh yeah, that's what it was. That was the difference between that and Tinder, was that I could see a portion of the other person's Facebook profile.
So you're forming an opinion of the person before you talk to them on.
I just need to. Well, especially if it was somebody that I took the time to look at, take a second look. I'm probably going to want to start a conversation with them, and I'm going to look over their Facebook page to see what's a good, topic of conversation to start up with them. I'm like, oh, it looks like he works on trucks. So I'm like, maybe I'll tell him that Chevy rocks and Ford sucks or something, because that'll, I mean, if anything, that'll make him stop and pay attention for a second that I'm into a vehicle.
Again, your words are enticing. Are they enticing enough to make him want to are your words enough to make that man enticed enough to marry you? You see what I'm saying? So when we do these things, like, because everybody says, can a woman make a man marry her? Now, can a man make a woman marry her? Marry him. My bad. There's some things that some men do I do not agree with. Like
now, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because now I'm curious.
What?
Like, what do men do
to make women marry?
Yeah, now I'm curious.
Like, marry me. Why won't you marry me? I got a couple of things here.
Okay, so if that's the extent of it, I'm not.
Hold on, no. I got some more things.
Oh, okay. I was like, dude,
I'm getting us back on subject. No, there's more things. There's more. We do a whole lot to get y'all's attention, and keep your attention there, just to get you to even halfway think about being with us. So, I mean, it's like, shit. If we do all that work, it's something gotta happen. So, in 2010, 5% of women in heterosexual marriages said they had proposed, but our most recent data in 2019 shows this number has reached 16%.
Where it was previously 9, you said?
It was previously 5% in 2010, and the most recent, which was about 3 years ago, 2019, has reached 16%. Women asking men to marry them. So the tradition has kind of flipped. It's kind of flipped a little bit. I think I'd be a little... Well, it would surprise me if I had a woman walk up to me, or somebody I'm talking to, or somebody I've been dating for a while. She walks up to me and says, will you marry me? I don't know how to react to that. I don't know if I would react. I would be like, girl, stop playing. Like, no, really, will you marry me? She has a ring and everything. I'm like, I don't want to feel like excuse me for saying this, but I want to feel like a little bitch.
Is that how that works?
To me, it takes away the manliness just a little bit. Like, I know we're supposed to be on an equal playing field, right? But to me, and it's just me, it's just FlyGuy's opinion. So y'all tell me what you think. But to me, personally, I don't want to be like, I want her to, because some women are like, I got tired of waiting for you to ask me, so I asked. And then it's like, okay, so now you kind of put yourself in the woman's shoes. Like I said, now that PSA, attention baby mamas, put yourself in that person's shoes. It kind of puts me in the woman's shoes. Like, damn, she kind of put me on the spot. Do I really want this, or am I just gonna say yes to not hurt her feelings? Because if you really don't want it, if you're really not feeling that, are you gonna say yes? Am I gonna say yes?
If you're not,
probably not.
Okay, if you're between, do I want this? And
do I want to be married, as in, am I ready to make this person my lifelong partner?
Okay, but what was the other one?
Do I want this, or do I want to just step back a little bit and we keep going the way we're going? We're trending in that direction. Okay, because you may take some curves here and there.
Well, from what I was interpreting from what you were saying, I thought you were saying,
oh, like, and do I want to stay with this person?
Yeah.
No.
So I was like,
no. We're still like this in this scenario. We're still together.
Okay.
But I just haven't popped the question yet. I haven't asked her yet.
You don't think that there's some guys that are like maybe too, afraid that the answer will be no, that they...
If you're that goddamn afraid, how'd you get with her in the first place? Because she said yes.
Maybe he had a
great
personality.
Maybe she said yes to
get... packing. Maybe
he might be mandingo hanging to the floor. I don't know.
I'm just saying.
But what I'm saying is, if he managed to get that person, finally got the girl, Pepper pots.
Yeah, but we're not all the same socially either.
I didn't say, but
some people are a little
I'm
socially
saying
awkward.
I'm saying in general. Now we talk about social awkwardness. That's a whole.
Maybe he was oblivious to that.
No, he ain't that goddamn oblivious. I'm sure she's dropping hints everywhere. Fellas, let me tell you something. Your girl's gonna drop hints. She's gonna tell you what she wants. So what you need to do, and this is just me, just pull her aside one day and say, "Hey, look, where are we at? What are we doing?" And make sure you kind of do that. It's like a check, just to make sure you're both in the same spot. If she wants to be married and you do want to be married, then do it. You know, hey, I'm all for you. Hey, do what you do. Get married. But if you don't want to be, and you say, hey, I still feel like we need to work on this or this, are you both balanced? Are you balancing each other out? Because not everybody's gonna be. It's the opposites attract, which they do. Because I've seen people that just, I'm like, how in the hell did y'all get together? But they just balance each other out. But the ones that say that are too much alike, they're like very alike. It doesn't balance. And when they're too much alike, everybody says, "Oh well, why would they say opposites attract?" They do. Trust me, they do. But when you're too much alike, it just doesn't work out. And then, and I'm gonna tell y'all one more thing, ladies. I'm gonna tell you something. I saw this at the mall today. You want to know why the guys treat you like one of the guys? Because you act like a dude. If you act like a dude, he gonna treat you like a dude. You gotta back off a little bit and let him. Let him work a little bit. Don't be too friendly and pushing up high. It ain't gonna work. But that's a whole nother subject too.
That's deciding gender roles then too.
Well,
and that's also.
I said why we treat you like one. Okay, so
like give advice like you were giving it to a same-sex couple. Give that same piece of advice.
Which one are they though?
About like,
are they male, female? Are they
no, a same-sex? You mean like, is it male? It doesn't matter.
Who's playing a role?
It doesn't matter who's playing what role. Like two people who are.
Don't be so aggressive. Back off a little bit. Chill. Relax. Be yourself. Better?
I'm a big fan of just come out and say whatever it is that you want to say.
Yeah, we know you're Queen Blunt, so
yeah,
she's Queen Blunt. I'm just kind of like, hey, look, man.
In many senses of the word.
I say,
just.
I don't promote that. I didn't say nothing. She said, but anyway, that was a good one. I gotta give that. Yeah, just back off a little bit and relax a little bit. But like I was saying, so. The number has jumped from 5% to 16% in 2019. So, why would a man not want to marry a woman? You ready?
Because they don't have the same goals.
Some of those. I got some other points here you want. Well, no, I mean, I'm listening to you.
Let's see.
I'm listening.
They have different spending habits.
Okay, you're getting close.
I would say that's a big one.
That's a good one. That's a very big one. If you're that person I was talking to before this, she had an Amazon problem, and I don't make Amazon money like that. So, Amazon, y'all are getting some great people out there that love to spend their money on frivolous shit that they don't need. And yeah. I mean, here and now, some things I'll need. My headphones, I lost those because the damn dog was chasing me. Yeah, that shit pissed me off. I don't want to kill that damn dog. But anyways, so shout out to that dog that made me lose my damn headphones, asshole. Some stray dog trying to chase me while on my bike. But anyways, so that happened. And then I had to order DSM-5 for work, but then it ended up being the tabs. So I got to get the actual DSM-5. So I order things from Amazon when I need them. But there's some people that just order shit off Amazon just because. And that shit costs money. So when you get married, guess what? It's not your money. It's not my money. It's
mostly my money. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Now we know what she's standing on that one.
He gets a cut.
Yeah, I get a cut. I get an allowance. I get $20. Here's $20. Bye. I'm like, well, damn, okay. Can I get some gas money? I mean, well, I thought I gave you gas yesterday. I have to drive back and forth to work.
Take the bike.
Yeah, I know, right? Take your bike. So you better start pedaling hard, sucker. Like, well, damn, like, it's 30 minutes away, but no, start pedaling. Like, well, damn, okay. And you better get home on time. Like, you can come pick me up. But, anyways, it's not your money. It's not my money. It's our money. So it becomes a partnership that you have to start sharing. But you were getting really close. I was waiting for you to say it, and you didn't say it. Red flags. Do you know what red flags are?
Yeah.
Do y'all know what red flags are? I'm about to tell you.
My last relationship was a red flag. Just a goddamn fucking
red flag.
Fucking sky banner behind a plane.
Here's
red
a question:
flag.
when you saw the red flags, did you ignore them?
Yep.
I ignored them too.
I was like, turn the blind eye.
I've ignored plenty of red flags, and well, unfortunately, my first and probably ever marriage, for that matter, as of right now, because I was told I'm anti-marriage, and I'm starting to figure that out.
He's waiting for the right girl to force him to marry her.
I'm starting to figure out that because I don't like being told what to do. I do my own thing. I'm a fly guy. I do what the hell I want to do, and yeah. So we're gonna get to that in a minute. But red flags. So I did ignore the red flags I had in my relationship when I got married, and it got worse and worse and worse. And we both think, oh, they'll change. It's not that bad, right?
So
is that how you thought? I know that's how I thought.
I was like, it was more like, is this a flaw that I can cope with? And I'm like, it'll be a growing experience for me. I'll give it a shot. And you know what? I just learned that I couldn't stretch enough to cover that.
Exactly. I'm not going to go into detail on because would that be a whole nother show? She'd be interviewing me and be playing Dr. Phil while I'm just sitting there like,
Dang,
so, yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. So, red flags. What are red flags? So most people are asking me like, Fly Guy, Pepper Potts, what do you mean? What do you mean by red flags? What are red flags? Red flags are small, intricate problems that become larger as time goes by in the relationship. Examples: jealousy, insecurity, looking in the phone, non-trust, going places and getting the 5 W's. Who, what, when, where, why. Those are the 5 W's. Who, what, when, where, and why. That's when you're trying to go somewhere. Who, what, when, where, and why you going there. Those are the 5 W's.
If you're a person that's going somewhere and you're in a relationship, partnership, whatever, and you're not just telling them, if someone's got to ask because the other person's not volunteering that information, then I'm just going to say that's probably not a good relationship. For example, like, if I'm partnered with somebody and we're cohabitating. I'm
telling you where I'm going, yeah.
I'm just going to be like, hey, I'm going to run to the store to go pick up some broccoli. I'll be back in about 20 minutes. And that's a safety thing.
Well, here's the other thing, though. When you start when that person's timing you, and you said 20 minutes, it's 21 minutes, where you been? That's insecurities. That's a red flag. Because you cannot base your current relationship off a past one.
It's also maybe a red flag if it took you 50 instead of 20.
Yeah, that's true. Now it's like, hey man, you've been coming for like an hour. Where you at?
Like,
but if she comes home and says, "Oh man, I ran into one of my friends. I was talking to him for a little bit." Okay, cool, no big deal, right? You're talking to him or whatever. You have a perfect explanation for what's going on. Now, if it continues and you're constantly going to the store for broccoli, and you already have about 10 bags of broccoli in there, that's another red flag on me. I'm just saying. But hey, maybe I just like broccoli, right?
It helps absorb iron.
So that's one reason why a man would not want to marry a woman, and vice versa. One would not want to marry a man. Take notes, people. Red flags. Look for them. They're there. And you're gonna do one or two things. You're gonna deal with it, or you're gonna dip. Which one you gonna do? All right, so the next one, communication.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We just talked about this. She said,
the most important.
If you can't tell the person where you're going, it shouldn't be an issue of where you're going. If I'm saying, hey, I'm going out of the store and I'm going to my homeboy's house. Oh, which homeboy? Oh, Brian down the street. Oh, okay. I'm going to come with you. All right, bet. But if he starts arguing with you, why you want to come with me all the time? That might be a red flag. And the communication, you're communicating, but you're being argumentative. Why are you communicating? Why are you communicating such hostility?
That's not always a red flag, though, because I know that in my previous relationship, I had to commute to a different city to, do my exchange with Persephone.
Mm-hmm.
For, like, parent pickup, between her dad and I.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes my partner would be like, oh, yeah, I want to go with you, but... but it had nothing to do with my kid's dad. It had everything to do with that he'd always be in a shitty mood in the morning because he'd be mad that, we'd have to get up early to go over to the next... It was like a 1.5 hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
And so, me not bringing him along, like,
made it a lot easier for you.
It was more like I just didn't want the fucking nightmare that it would be here. Like, now we gotta stop because one of the kids gotta go to the bathroom, and he's just a douche about going on road trips.
That's a different story. So what I'm saying is, whenever somebody hits you, wants to go with you, and it's like you're arguing with them, such hostility, like, he's like, obviously you should communicate with him like, yo, if you can't actually go with me and be supportive, then I'm gonna need you to stay home.
That's exactly what happened.
And then, like,
he'd still, like, why don't you ever want to take me? Well,
I just told him, let's tell you why, like that. So you communicated with him that I'm not taking you because you're always in a shitty mood, and you make it harder than what it needs to be. I'm trying to drop my daughter off so she can go see her dad. And that's that. If you can't be supportive, stay your ass at home.
Yeah.
That's communication right there, though. You have to communicate. That's another reason why some men want to marry. But let's see what this definition says here. That's okay. Communication or lack thereof. So, okay. So communication or lack thereof is why a man would want to marry a woman, and vice versa, why women want to marry a man. Communication plays a large factor in how couples function. Without communication, you have nothing. Partners without I can't read my. As forms of without a form of a negative reaction. Examples: I'm doing a show tonight. Oh, with Jennifer, is she gonna be there all the time? This is when I had a current one before this, and I told her, yes, Jennifer will be there. She's going to be at the house.
I had no idea this happened. This is good to hear.
This is she's like, oh, with Jennifer, I was using as an example, but she's like, oh, with Jennifer, she's going to be there. I was like, yeah, she's going to be there. So she told me one time, she was like, well, I don't like that. You're over there, and Darnell wasn't there. I said, then you don't trust me. So you don't trust me. You need to move around.
And
shout out to that person that's out there.
Always welcome to, sit in. I mean, my house gets a little untidy sometimes.
Oh, no. That person, she long gone.
Yeah, but I mean, even at that, just letting you know, like.
Yeah, of course.
Your partner's always welcome to come by.
Yeah, I mean, and vice versa. Chris always welcome to come by. Whatever. That house ain't that was cleaning up. I got to clean tomorrow, so that's what we doing tomorrow Sunday. But yeah, but. Communication or lack thereof is why a man would not want to marry a woman. So here's an example. That was one example. Or I don't know. You go on to work. You're working late. You decide to step out with your coworkers, which I don't do anymore. There's certain reasons why I don't do that. But you go out with your coworkers. You communicate that with her, but she's like, well, I want to see you today, or hey, why don't you just come out with us? Nah, I don't want to go. So You gotta have, and there's gotta be some kind of compromise. You've been going out all weekend and all week, and she hasn't seen you all week. Don't you think it's kind of time to go home? But then again, if you haven't really been out and she's been out, don't you think it's kind of time for her to go home?
Or what if they're just in different points in the relationship?
That's what we have to figure out. Remember, we had to sit down and do that little test. Hey, where are we at right now? Are we good? Are we on the same page?
I think that's where I went wrong on my last relationship.
You weren't on the same page?
Yeah, like I was actually okay with, us being long distance. Because
He was not?
Well, he didn't say that he wasn't, but he was just really pushy about us moving in together.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, okay. I mean, it was like, at first I was like, maybe this isn't a good idea. But I was like, you know what? It'll be fine. It'll be great. It's going to be great, We weren't in the same place. I was completely okay with still just, living on my own with my daughter. And I think it was more him that wanted to move in together. So, probably should have been a little more candid about that.
Yeah, well, things happen. So, hey, something keeps texting me. I don't know what it is, but I'll check in a minute. Okay, so communication is a big thing, guys. We gotta communicate. Remember, write in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Do you think a woman can make a man marry her, or vice versa? Can a man make a woman marry her? I'm gonna tell you about that in a minute. How we get y'all married. So, trust. Trust is a big thing. If you can't trust me, why are you with me? Now, trust is a big thing. If you don't trust somebody, you create doubt. You create doubt, it's there and it does not leave. Once doubt is there, the trust is gone. Once the trust is gone, they're gone. Now, I've seen many relationships and I've been told many times, FlyGuy, you're wrong. I don't trust him, but I'm still with him. I just make sure I have a tracker on his phone. Not really. I'm just exaggerating. But FlyGuy, you're wrong. I just make sure I know where he's at every 5 minutes. He checks in with me like, I'm like, so what are you, his parole officer? Or I mean, you making sure he's in the jail cell on time? If you can't trust that man to be where he says he's gonna be, or he's not where he needs to be at, and you bust him, then you got a choice: deal with it or don't deal with it. You have two choices. Everything you do in life is a choice. I choose to go to work. I choose to come over here at Pepper Potts and make this show to get y'all content to watch. And I want you to like, share, and subscribe to this show too while you're at it. Oh yeah, and Pepper Potts, make sure you put your link in there for eBay.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
And y'all go to her store.
Don't be shopping on Amazon. Shop on eBay and come to my store.
eBay, shop on eBay, her store. I don't buy girly stuff, so
I actually carry men's clothes too. Some men's clothes.
Extra large,
extra large, extra large, 5XL. I've even had.
Hey, I ain't that big, but
I'm saying we also carry small, medium, and large as well.
Okay. Well, I might have to take a look at that. But yeah, so y'all go on there, y'all look at that. But that's just throwing it out there. So if you don't trust me, why are you with me? I say this all the time. Hey, like, yo, you don't trust me? Why are you with me? Well, I do trust you. Then why are you asking me all these questions? Like, I'm answering you. You ask me who, what, when, where, why, how. What's with the 5 W's? What's with the 5 W's and all this extra? I'm telling you where I'm at. I'm telling you what I'm doing. There's nothing to question me about. But you also can't bring your own. You can't bring your previous relationship problems. You also can't put your previous relationship problems with the new one, with the new relationship. You have to let it go. If you haven't let it go, then you're not gonna make it in the next one. It's kind of what rebounds are. It's kind of there, but they're not there. And then they're gonna make it like, oh, I won't treat you like that. You'll be great with me. Trust me. Anybody that's been in relationships or marriages and get into that next relationship, it's usually a rebound. Let's be for real. I don't care if you're with them for a year, 2 years. I've yet to see one work out long term. I haven't seen them. I don't know about you, but I ain't seen one. I know mine didn't. I'd let her go. I'd let her go. Oh, she doing all right, but I'd let her go. I never wish bad on nobody because that's just it's not good karma. It's not good karma. Living in the past is another one. Why a man will not want to marry a woman, why a woman will not want to marry a man. Okay? I'm trying to be fair about this. I'm trying to be justifiable. I'm going to tell you right now, if you are living in the past, you're not going to be in the present, and you damn sure ain't going to be looking towards the future because you're looking too far in the past.
Are you talking about, like, not getting over previous traumas? Or are you talking about, like, dwelling on an ex-lover or something?
Using your past experiences to compare it to current relationships.
Okay, so then, like, past traumas.
Traumas.
That was a big deal for me, actually, and I think, I was telling you when we reconnected for that first show that I kind of sat in on.
Modern Day Boobs?
Yeah.
yes, Modern Day Boobies. I was very transparent about that.
We were trying to catch up on everything that had occurred since like high school, and
it's been a while.
I told him that I just came back from living in Austin, and so I moved back because of a split up with a partner, and that I was looking to really work on myself and heal a lot of those traumas, so this way my next relationship would be successful.
Mm-hmm.
I remember having that discussion, and I really think that mentality
mm-hmm.
Really helps skyrocket the progress that I made when I was working on myself, and I was able to get over a lot more quickly because I wasn't thinking about, oh, is he cute, or whatever. That was off the table. So you got to work on yourself first.
You got to work on yourself and truly work on yourself. Not this, I'm working on myself right now. No, I don't want to be in a relationship. No, truly working on yourself. That means going to the gym, going to get yourself a new job, just staying away from people for a little while, or just being around people that are positive and not negative.
Or sitting in your feelings, because sometimes when you don't do that, you just try to cover it up by doing other things. You're not able to overcome whatever it is that's a problem.
A lot of people will there's certain faces we put on. If y'all look in my past videos, I've talked about this. Take the mask off. And I'm not talking about the face mask that you got to put on when you're outside of the store. It says mask required. No, I'm talking about take the mask off that you wear outside when you're at work. We have 3 masks we wear. Work, out in public, and at home. Okay? So, at work, hey guys, how you doing? That's that's cool, man. Hey, that's cool, man. Yeah, I gotta go to my desk and do my work, do my job. Out in public, hey, what's going on, man? You doing? You might be with your wife or whatever. And at home, that's your true self.
That's very Freudian of you to say. So that's very Freudian of you to say.
Hey, I mean, I'm kind of I was a psych major, so.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's very Freudian.
Yeah, I'm kind of there on that kind of way. But when I say this is because if you're living in your past, and I'm kind of tying it all together, so y'all don't think I'm going off subject, so I can keep on subject too. If you're living in the past, you're gonna have on a certain mask, and that mask is probably from your past, and you're bringing it to your present and on into the future. And until you understand that, you're not going to be able to get past what happened in your past. Now, I'm no therapist. I'm not a doctor. If you had something happen to you, I'm sorry that happened. I hope you the best. I hope you get through it. I'm not going to say get over it. I'm going to say get through it. Okay? There's a difference. I get over it. I'll just get over it. Whatever happened. No. things happen. It can be very traumatic for that person. So I'm not going to say get over it. I hope you get through it and learn from it and heal from it and then be able to thrive from it. So that's my little soapbox for that moment in time. Caseworker Ben here, you know what I'm saying? Your boy got a new job working with CSS. Shout out to CSS. Yeah, hope you get through that. Get through it. Not get over it, get through it. Not over, but through. So there's some more. I got some more information for you though, so don't go anywhere. Go get your popcorn, get you something to drink, and come right back because I got some more for you right now. What is the recipe for a marriage? What do you think? I got the answer right here, but I can't tell. Tell me what the answer is. What's the recipe?
It's definitely, I feel like, a business arrangement.
Okay. Tell me more about that.
Because this person you would either choose to do like a prenup with if you've got assets that you want to keep separate from them. Yeah, you enjoy each other's company, but I mean, it's also a business arrangement. Who's going to take care of who in this circumstance? Who's going to, do what? Even if it's just like divvying up tasks, you're like, oh, this person's going to be responsible for the household. This person, needs to put in this % of our combined income into the pot for, mortgage or whatever. Like there's a lot of details to be worked out. It's quite a business arrangement.
Okay, so what I'm getting from this is you're saying the recipe for marriage is it's not enough to just love each other, which is not. What are your values? What are my values? How are we going to raise our children if we do have children? What are we going to do when it comes to housing? What are we going to do if you lose your job? What are we going to do about, are you going to go back to school so you can get a better job? Things like that, right? Okay. I'm on the right track. So, love is one. One is love. You can love someone and not be in love. You must be in love. You can love someone and not be in love. I can love Pepper Potts all day. Pepper Potts, I love you as my podcast partner, as my friend. Well, I hope you're my friend.
Like crossing the line here.
We are friends, right? I'm just saying. I don't know we're friends. I'm like, I'm turning the camera. But as a friend, as a friend, as somebody I know from a long time ago, we reconnected, and I can love her that way. But I'm not in love with Pepper Potts. No. We're not that kind of love there.
Because I definitely don't answer calls or texts
ever.
Yeah,
ever. I have to I have to badger Pepper Potts.
He would probably not be down with that.
I mean, it's one of those things. I guess I'd have to see it as a red flag. I'm like, can I get over it? I'll just be knocking on the door. Hey, what's up? You want to? No, anyways, that's kind of slow, a little off subject, but I'm getting back to it. So you can love somebody and not be in love with them. So if you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or somebody that you're talking to, and you're not in love with them, or you say baby, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. That's not gonna be that's the number one ingredient for a marriage is gotta be in love with that person. Not you gotta love them, not be in love with that person, not out of love. So, number 2. My bad. Number 2, respect. You gotta respect that person. Yeah. The first time you disrespect your partner, it's done. Because now the level of respect has dropped, and you're not going to respect that other person. So you have to.
It's really hard to get it back.
It's very hard to get it back. The first time you called me out my name, I'm done. That's what I meant by last time when I say, well, I just said I was mad. Like, no. You meant it.
Dang. Now I know. I gotta start throwing some like curse words at you every now and again, so this way he doesn't get his feelings hurt. I'll be like, it's not me calling you out of your name. That's me making a joke on you.
Oh, no. I can tell when it's a joke and when it's just when you're being
I don't want
a complete asshole.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm that person who will be like, this asshole just showed up here and forgot the damn Doritos.
Exactly. Like, I can tell when it's a joke.
That's not like I really believe you're an asshole.
There's a difference between a joke and then you're being for real and you're disrespecting. So that's what I meant the last time by if you said it, you meant it. But it's like you know the difference. I know the difference. I ain't mad at you. And you tell me something, I'm like, okay, whatever. I ain't tripping. I'll get the reals later. Number 3, third ingredient, communication. You must communicate with your partner on all levels. From the micro level to the macro level to the mega level or whatever they call that shit. You gotta communicate on all levels. You have to communicate. Whether you ain't gotta tell you going to take a shit.
Yeah, I was just about to say. I was gonna say the answer to that is just be as transparent as possible, leaving that kind of details out of the story. I don't need to know unless you're having problem not doing it or it's happening too frequently and you need me to go to the pharmacy to get you some meds.
Yeah, I mean that's like I was taking a shit, then I went and took a shower, then I got dressed and went to work. I don't need to know all that, man. Just tell me just give me the gist of the story and let's go. Let's keep going. I got time for all the extra. Just tell me the story to get to the point. But you must communicate with your partner. So again, love, respect, communication, and trust is the last one. That's the last ingredient. If I don't trust you, I cannot be with you. Here's why. Because if I don't trust that you're going to the store, then I'm going to be wondering about what she's doing, how she's doing it, when she's doing it. And then eventually I'm going to make it up in my mind that she is doing something and she could not be. And then I'm going to say, you know what? Well, fine, I'm going to go do it myself. I've created enough doubt in my own head where I think she's doing something, so I go do something when she really isn't doing anything except for what she said she was doing. And you just create enough doubt in your head to try and justify doing the same thing.
That's pretty toxic.
And 2 wrongs do not make a right. So if you're in a toxic relationship like that, get out. If y'all watch my last one, Fresh Out the Slammer, get out. I talk about red flags now all day. Get out. Get out. Red flags do not change. They just get bigger and bigger, 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 and bigger. Before you know it, you're stuck. Get out. Everybody has a choice. If you choose to stay there, I don't care if it's money. I don't care if it's sex. Like, man, FlyGuy got a pussy good, man. Oh, man, it's so good.
You guys do that?
Stuck out. Do they? Man, we'll talk about it in a minute. Get out.
I was like, now I'm gonna go do some kegels.
Get out. Man, FlyGuy, it's so. Man, I got stuck up here last time, man. I ain't know what to do. Hey, bro, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Like, either you gonna keep doing it or you gonna get out of there, bro. Because she gonna keep checking your phone. Like, well, what you doing? Wow, man, all I had was a picture of some, and why you got pictures on your phone? Like, what you doing? Like, take pictures of her. Shit. Get out of there so you do one of 2 things. You deal with her, you don't. So again, the 4 ingredients to a marriage: love, respect. Love, you must be in love with that person. You got to be in love with them. Not, I love you. It's in love with them. You're in love with them. That's number 1. And you can get there. Don't push it. Let it happen on its own. Respect should be an automatic thing. Number 3, communication. And number 4, trust.
I don't think I agree with that.
Okay, so what do you not agree with?
I think that
it's still a business transaction too.
It is, but I don't believe that you have to be like necessarily passionate in love with somebody.
I said passionate.
You know what I'm talking about? Oh, there's just like you said, there's 2 types of love. There's like that romantic, and then there's the like platonic. And I feel like that you could still possibly have a successful marriage with someone that you are platonically loving, as long as all the other requirements are being kept too, because there are some people who are asexual, which means that they
just don't do anything.
Yeah, and then there's some people who maybe can't perform for whatever reason, or just
okay. So
there's all sorts of people out there. So
I'm gonna address that. I like that you said that because I'm gonna address that. So you talk about the other life, kind of the back life, right? The underworld life you talk
Oh,
about.
I don't know about underworld. I mean, it's it's pretty
I call it
standard,
because
believe it or
I
not.
don't see it all the time, but and them people that love feet and love everything else.
Yeah, it's just like my favorite comedian said this line, and he said, if you've got a thing for feet, then sweep me off of them. And he's talking about maybe lowering your standards a little bit if you want to find someone who truly loves you. And I'm not saying that you should have low standards, but I'm saying like maybe that's something that you can overlook. If say you started dating somebody and they disclosed they were in defeat, it's like it doesn't have to be a deal breaker as long as you discuss boundaries of what you're comfortable. Like, because I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to dating somebody who was into that. It's not something that does anything for me, but I mean, like, if I can guarantee getting a foot rub every night, then I mean, it benefits both of us.
It benefit he or she loves the feet, and you just getting your foot rubbed.
Yeah.
Now, what she's saying, what I'm saying is, you need to be in love with that person. I'm not saying you have to be passionate and all that stuff. And, oh, I love you. It's one of those. It grows into that. Like, you're my wife, not everybody else's. You're my partner. I love you, and I want you out there loving everybody else. That's what I mean by that. Now, there are some that can't do that. They're asexual, or they can't. There's something that happens where they can't perform that way. I'm not talking about that.
Or they might be poly.
Or they might be, yeah. There's different things that happen. So there's but it's like you have to actually be in love with that person, not just like, oh, I love you as a friend, I love you, and then we'll kind of grow into it. You're going to grow into it. I'm not talking about just sex. I'm just talking about that's a whole nother subject that you could probably tell me more about, but I don't know a whole lot about it, but there's so many things out there. I'm still growing on things like this 35-year-old man. I'm still trying to figure it out. But yeah, so that's what I mean by that. I'm not saying that you have to be like, now sex is a part of it, yes, but that's between you and their partner. I'm not gonna, again, I'm not a therapist. I'm not claiming to be a therapist. I just give my opinion. So please don't come at me. Please don't go and report me to the board talking about he's trying to be a therapist, because I ain't trying to have all that. Because one day I will be. So just throwing that out there. But did I kind of clear it?
Yeah.
Like what I meant. That's what I mean by that. Okay. Why do women? Okay. If you're missing any of these ingredients, it will not work. Missing any of it won't work. And as far as like the love part, like I said, it's not just sex. Love has more. There's more to it than just that. But if that's what you're into, then hey, I mean, all power to you. Do what you do, but just don't be silly. Rap the willy. Shout out to the person that told me that. Yeah. So, tell me more. Anyways, why do women marry men? You ready? You might get a little mad at me, but I don't know.
This is going to be interesting to hear a man tell me why women marry them. Okay.
I'm not. But hey, in my defense, in FlyGuy's defense, I did get help from a woman on this.
Okay.
So I didn't I didn't guess it. I asked.
I thought he was just going to
I didn't guess. I asked. I didn't just say like, oh,
he's got clothes.
I asked. I said, yo, why do women marry men? And then you asked me, how do men get women to marry them, right? Yeah. We're going to talk about that in a minute. So why do women marry men? So, first one, stability.
Yeah.
Okay, so stability is to form a foundation or have an honest to give the equal amount of effort, and you both get the equal amount of effort. So stability, you're both you're stabilizing each other. One can't do out more than the other, right? Yes, we have our single ladies and we have our single men. And, they work about 10 times harder, right? Most of them, because they're by themselves.
Yeah.
So when they have somebody that is just as hardworking, but is willing to share that load, it helps become a stable entity, a relationship. So most women that are single, not saying that they're have kids, maybe they're just they're single and they just have a job, they haven't met that right guy, but they meet this guy and he's stable and she wants to make a stable relationship with him, so she marries him and they become stable, they have a bunch of kids, they have grandkids, and they're all good to go. That's in a perfect world. Sorry to say.
My painting of that scenario is pretty similar. I would say that, as a single mom, I was very capable. I was handling everything, and I wasn't getting any financial support. Like, I was making it happen. Now, don't get me wrong. I fucking worked hard. I worked hard, and then, at a job, and then I worked hard when I got home, and, like,
you had no help.
And sometimes it would be very stressing and emotionally taxing, but you just have to keep it together because you don't want your kid to see you upset and them worry, because that's not for them, So, like, I'm capable, very capable, because I did it very well, but, partnering up with somebody that's on an equal level of that speed.
Got to be on the equal level.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, I want to play stepdaddy. You got to actually be stepdaddy.
I'm not even
not
talking
necessarily
about just
but you got to be able to.
Like, if you're not operating on that same energy level and on that same, game plan, like, I've got to work this hard so this way I can get, to this point in life where I'm trying to be. You're going to be ill-matched and it's not going to work out. But when you do find that person that operates on the same level as you, and you do decide to, like, combine resources, just, you get ahead so much faster, and you've got so many more advantages. And, I can see the appeal for sure.
Yeah, stability. You need stability, and you have to be on the same page. And it don't matter how old you are, how young you are. I know most people that are some youngsters. There's some youngsters out there I've seen that have a hell of a drive. They just don't have the age and life behind them just yet. So, with that being said, you have to be on the same page. You have to have the same drive as that other person. If you don't, if you're going to work and then you come home and play video games all day and you have homework to do because you're going to school online, which I did too. I've done it, and I had a 3.4 hours in there. But I made sure I had everything done before I sat on that couch and went to sleep. I made sure that if I want to get to where I need to go, I need to make sure I'm doing what I need to do. And I need that other person to have that same drive just as me. That's not necessarily going to school, but hey, you want to get here? I need you to come from here over here. Otherwise, you need to have that same energy that I have so we can match together. And that makes us stable. That's stability. Number 2, why a woman would marry a man? Support. You ready for this one?
I'm listening.
Not saying all, but some women want a provider and not a partner. But for this to work, the woman will be a domestic partner. Gotta be on the same page, okay? Example: I want a house next year. We're gonna get a house next year. Let's work. Let's wait for a year and find what where we are financially. So basically, the man's saying, she's saying, I want a house. We're gonna get a house next year. I want a house next year, but she's not necessarily working. I will call you back in a minute. She wants a house next year. So you want a house. She wants a house next year. He's working. Okay. Now y'all on the same page. Okay. But she wants a house. He's saying, let's wait a year, we'll see where we're at financially. He might have the money right then and there, but he might need to pay off some other things so y'all can get this house and not be stressed financially.
Yeah, playing the long game. He's gonna make sure his credit score is better, so he can get a better rate on his loan. So this way, you're not paying more for your house in the long run.
All you have to have is a 580 on your credit score.
But it's better if you have a better score. Your rates are lower and you pay less.
Pay much less. So what he's saying is, or she, because it could be the other way around. The man might say that too. Because I'm gonna be transparent on this. You gotta wait a little bit till you figure out where you're at. I will call y'all back. Stop calling me. Deja, fly niece. I will call you back in a minute. I know you can't hear me, but I'll call you back. Damn. So that's just saying that's support. So if the wife is not working, this is just in this scenario. If the wife's not working, she's got to be supportive, and she's got to kind of take care of stuff at home, and that's still a job too. I will say that is a job. But so if you're taking care of home, he's taking care of the household as far as financials is concerned. You can't sit there and kind of try to force it. But that's why I should marry him, because he's there. He's supportively there, not just financially, but you got to be there financially, emotionally. You know. What's the other one? Financially, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, supportive. Okay, so make sure you're doing those things. You gotta. It's not just finances. He got money. Girl, he got benefits. You ever heard that? Girl, he got benefits. The military guys. Yeah, girl, he got benefits. So. Like, yeah, there's those things you got to be there for support. So. The next one, the biological clock is ticking.
Yeah.
Okay. So many want to have children in wedlock versus out of wedlock. Stat in 2014, 40% of children were born out of wedlock. 2004. That's not 40%. 40% of children were born out of wedlock. So again, we talked about this morning. Just earlier, we're talking about her. Can I just say ex-husband? Her ex-husband was told he had to marry her, but that's a cultural thing too. That's a whole nother subject. Like I said, cultural thing, culture, and then having husband and wife privileges. That's a whole nother thing too. Future shows. Yes. Okay, so financial stability. We talked about this just a minute ago. We just talked about this, not even a minute ago. We talked about it. After the husband has a good employment and good benefits, but has to be moved to get those. Has to move to get those benefits. Early 90s benefit chasers. Girl, he got benefits. Get him. So back in the 90s, early 90s, there was these what we call benefits chasers. And they were the ones that like to chase the military man with benefits. Oh, girl, he got benefits. He's an E5, he E4. He about to be a sergeant. They knew all the damn ranks and everything. It's like, damn, how do you know these ranks so well? You know why? Because they're benefits chasers. They were chasing that TRICARE. Benefits. They're chasing them. But she had to understand that you got to move with that man and be with that man. And you're going to be the military wife. And it takes a whole lot more to be a military wife than it does as a civilian wife. It's going to take a little more work. So, are you really ready for that? And then what happens if he says, you know what, I'm getting out? He don't have the benefits no more. So, were you there for the benefits? Or what were you there for? Because you're a benefits chaser. So, don't be a benefits chaser. Don't do that. Learn from those people. Those are reasons why I want to marry a man. How can you get a man to say yes? You want to know how?
Is it food?
I'm gonna say this. If you can cook, that's a plus. If you can't cook, it's not a deal breaker.
It's just bait on a hook. It's
bait. It's because we're very simple. It don't take a whole lot. You cook. Hey, I cooked. You want to come over? That's how you start realizing. Hey, I cooked. You want to come over? Sure. He comes over, he get a little food and system, it's like, hey, I got that E&J you like, or that I saw that, because you come over, you see the Hennessy sitting on my stove or whatever. Oh, he likes Hennessy. Oh, he likes beer. Okay. Hey, I bought some Budweiser. You want some? Sure. I cooked. You want some of that too? Sure. I'll come on over. Well, yeah, you can come over if you want to. I'm watching the game. Yeah, I'll watch the game, and she don't like football whatsoever. But it's a bait. It's a baiting thing, guys. They're baiting you. So how do we bait women?
But look at it like this: if she's going through all that effort, there must be something about you.
There's something she likes. How do we bait women? Hey, what are you doing tonight? Hey, you want to come watch a movie? Which actually means watch the movie, guys. Don't try to be doing all this extra stuff. Keep your hands to yourself. That's number one. It's gonna turn her off. If she wants you to do that, she will grab your hand and she will tell you where she wants you to put it, or she'll put it there. I mean, in my experiences, that's what I've had done. So it's like she just takes her hand right there. It's gonna go where she wants.
I would say, from my own experiences, if that's something that you're trying to do, test, but don't test too hard on that one. Just be like, kind of. Just see if she's okay with you putting your arm over her, and
if she does this and moves over, like you're trying to put your arm over, and she moves over for you to put your arm around her, it's fine. But she kind of does this, just kind of just
watch the movie. Just watch the movie.
Just kind of act like you're stretching. Just that's a loss there, buddy. But okay, so number one, how do you get a man to say yes? Be honest. In your expectations, are you long-term partners? A reason, a season. What is your end goal? Be honest in your expectations. Are you long-term partners? Or are you long-term partners, as in boyfriend, girlfriend? We've been together for 20 years, or are you actually going to get married? Now, everybody says, "Oh, FlyGuy's just a sheet of paper." Well, some people change that sheet of paper, and that's a whole other subject too. Oh my God! I mean, it's so many ways.
I also look at it like this too. It's just a sheet of paper. The other direction.
It is a sheet of paper.
I mean, it's very nonchalant both ways. Like, some people will be like, "Oh, we don't gotta get married because it's just a sheet of paper." But then, one might say, "Well, why not get married? It's just a sheet of paper." Like, if you're that sure that y'all are going to be together that long, then it's just a sheet of paper.
It's just a sheet of paper.
Just make sure you have, this goes back to it being a business transaction.
Make sure you have the same expectations.
When you get married, and if it doesn't work out, it's 50-50, But, like, unless you do a prenup or something. But keep in mind that you don't know what life's going to hand you. Like, you could be in an accident, and at least that your spouse is going to be able to take care of stuff for you. And
let that person know, I guess, this is what he wanted, this is his living will. Things like that.
You'll be able to know that you can provide for them because you'll leave everything behind to them.
Again, love is not the only factor that goes into marriage. We know this. So, be honest in your expectations. And it says it's just a sheet of paper, so it really shouldn't change anything once you do get married, but people do change. For whatever reason, oh, I got him now, I ain't got to worry about it. He's locked in. That's what divorces are for. And unfortunately, it's a surging trend. People get married for the wrong reasons, or marry the wrong person, or whatever, and they.
I think guys can do that too.
Well, yeah, we do. We do. We do. Whatever happened in same-sex marriages and all that. I have no experience in it, but it happens. So it happens, but it's just a sheet of paper, so it can go either way. But it shouldn't change who you are or what you do. But it does. For whatever reason, I'd have to ask somebody why, because it didn't change me. I thought I was just fine. Well, it changed a little bit, but that's a whole other story. We'll talk about it later.
These other shows.
Yes, other shows. Respect is another reason why it's another way to get a man to say yes. Respect yourself, respect your partner, and respect the overall relationship. I said it before, I'll say it again. If you said it when you were upset or angry, you meant it. I know you don't agree with me on that one. I know we've had our we've had our talks about this, but I'm telling you, I don't give a damn what you say. I'm not saying you. I'm saying y'all out there. I don't give a damn what you say. If you said it and you disrespect that person, you meant it. I don't care how mad you get. You don't disrespect your partner, yourself, or the overall relationship. That man will say no immediately because he does not want to be disrespected, nor do you. So vice versa. Would you want him disrespecting you? No. So you shouldn't disrespect him. If you know some disrespect about to fly out your mouth, don't say it. Walk away. Now, if he's badgering you and keeps talking to you and you're saying, look, I'm trying to tell you, back off, still, he don't deserve it, but you need to learn that person. And they're like, I don't want to talk about this now, but you don't want to. They need to learn that boundary to leave you alone for a little bit, and then y'all talk later. But don't disrespect them. Because if you said it when you're upset, I've had enough experience with this, you meant it. That's all I'm going to say. If you got something to say to me about it, please leave it in the comments. Again, like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. Leave comments.